Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making it rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field and gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. As well as the IHSAA Champions Network here from Delta High School here in Muncie, Indiana for tonight's 2026 Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament Championship game as we have your 8-7 Wapahani Lady Raiders as they will be taking on the 13-5 Delta Lady Eagles here tonight. Again, as always, I am your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Geared up for a doubleheader here tonight, and it's going to all start things off here with this girls basketball championship game here tonight as we get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So, as I just mentioned, it's a doubleheader here for us tonight on the WHS Network. Well, obviously, we're broadcasting the girls game, and then we'll be broadcasting the boys county tournament championship game tonight as well. Wapahani will also be playing Delta. So, yeah, coming into this girls game here tonight, I mean, it's, it's tough, I think, coming in right here, for Wapahani's standpoint because, when you look at statistically, yes, we know, Delta is a very, very solid team. Wapahani is young, but they've continued to really show a lot of promise and fight throughout the course of this early part of the season, and now as we get to the latter stretch of the regular season play. And so, again, I'm sure a lot of people are probably counting our Raiders out here tonight. I'm sure Delta's counting us out. But the biggest thing here is. I'm a firm believer in this. If you go into this ball game tonight thinking or knowing that you're going to lose, then it's going to probably be even worse than that. You can't go in tonight's game with a mindset of we're going to get beat. You got to come out here and play the very best 32 minutes of basketball you possibly can. Obviously you play to win. You don't play to lose. If you play to lose, then there's really no point in playing at all. That's just my general thought about it. But with that being said, if you put your best foot forward, play your very best 32 minutes of basketball, you let the cards fall where they may. And if that just so happens to be with you being victorious, then that's great. If you end up coming up on the short end of the spectrum here tonight, then at least you did your very best and you gave it everything you had. And I think that's really the only approach that Wapahani can not only play with here tonight, but every night, and for that matter, any team, whether it be a boys or girls team, it doesn't make a difference. I think that every time you get the opportunity to play, you're here to play your very best, and you're trying to do your very best to win. It doesn't necessarily always work out that way, but you hope that it will. And obviously, already here on the season, 8 times that has happened. There's no reason why Wapahani can't make it a 9th victory here tonight. We've got to play to our capabilities, play to our strengths. I say it all the time. We've got to make sure and attack the rim and be able to not only attack the rim but finish at the rim. I think the biggest key tonight along with that, though, is being able to handle the pressure here from Delta. The first time we played them all the way back in November, Wapahani lost 61-18. Now, obviously, that's a very lopsided loss. But a lot of that was due to the pressure in the full court right here that Delta was able to place on Wapahani, and the Raiders did not handle that pressure very well at all. Turnovers continued to mount, and Delta took full advantage of those extra opportunities off of those turnovers to cash in on it. And Wapahani, it's going to be extremely important for us to take good care of the basketball here tonight. We can't afford to go out here and turn it over 15, 20, 30 times and expect to win. That's just not going to happen. In all honesty, we're going to have to have it basically about 10 to 12, if not less than that. If we can do that and aggressively attack the rim, and being able to finish at the rim on a consistent basis and then play good defense and rebound. I know that's a lot, but that's what it takes to win. You have to really look at every facet of the game, and more times than not, you have to perform at a high level every facet. If not, you're going to be on the short end of the stick here, and that goes for any team. So, we've got to take care of what we can control, and like I just mentioned, the cards will fall as they may, however that goes. But as long as Wapahani goes out here, plays hard, plays to the very best of their capabilities, then you can at least be fairly pleased with how you played, regardless of the outcome. So hopefully here tonight, Wapahani can figure things out on the offensive side of the basketball and defensively as well. Obviously, we've got to force turnovers. We've got to be disruptive. Contest everything and limit second chance opportunities. Jillian Barr is quite the force on the inside. Savannah Fitzgerald will definitely have her hands full. She's a freshman. She can handle her own though. And she's got to be able to be physical. She's, within reason though. You don't want to get yourself into foul trouble, but you can be physical. Making sure that we're blocking out, we're rebounding. Again, no second chance opportunities, because again, if she gets the rebound inside, more times than not, that ball will end up finding the bottom of the net after that. So we've got to limit her as much as possible. But I, in all honesty, I think that if these girls, again, are in the right frame of mind, and again, talking about all those things that, I was just mentioning right there, if they're able to have success here tonight, we're going to give ourselves a chance. If that doesn't happen, then it could be a lopsided night for us. So, just being brutally frank with y'all, I really like this team. A great group of young ladies. I know what they're capable of, and I know head coach Scott Hudson and his coaching staff know what they're capable of. Now it's just going out here and put it all out here on the floor. So we'll see what happens here tonight, but we're excited for a action-packed night of Indiana High School basketball, boys and girls doubleheader here tonight in this county championship game from Delta High School. So please stick around. We'll be back here with the finishing touches here on our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Austin Rich here on the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
All right, folks, welcome back again here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Ridge. Again, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Again, just final comments here leading up into the ball game here tonight. Obviously, where we're at right now, victory over Cowan, over Westdale to begin the tournament. Delta victories over Yorktown, which that was a big win there for them. In dominating fashion, beat Daleville the other night. Obviously, Delta's had the toughest road considering, the records in both of those teams. Both teams we've played against, with Cowan and Westdale below 500, but still, nothing's a given. Just like here tonight, there's nothing that's a given, regardless of what the records look like, regardless of the, of the outcome of the first game between Wapahani and Delta. Tonight's a brand new night. And a brand new opportunity here for these girls, and there's a lot on the line. You're playing for a championship. That should give you some inspiration and some energy leading into the ball game here tonight, and to know that we've got to leave it all on the floor, not only tonight but every night. And if we're able to do that here this evening, we're going to give ourselves a chance to come home with a county championship. So. We'll see what happens, but we're very hopeful here for Wapahani. Obviously, a ton of respect there for Delta, and it should be a great ball game here tonight from Delta High School here in Muncie, Indiana. Again, coming up, your 2026 Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament Championship game, Wapahani in Delta, right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. We'll take a look here at tonight's non-starters for the visiting team here tonight, your Wapahani Raiders. Number 2, Maya Mitchell. Number 20, Claire Merle. Number 23, Bella Richardson. Number 31, Arian Williams. Number 32, Addison Denny. Number 45, J.C. Sexton. And number 50, Maddie Grove. Now for your Air Park Doors starting lineup for your Wapahani Raiders. Starting at guard, wearing number 12, Zoe Koger. At the other guard position, number 21, Ava Cook. At guard, wearing number 22, Taylor Felton. And at the other guard here, we have number 24, Nola Baker. And then starting at the lone forward here tonight, number 25, Savannah Fitzgerald. Again, your Raiders are coached by Scott Hudson and assisted by Caleb Henderson and Adam Faulkner. Now we'll take a look here at the home team here tonight, the Delta Lady Eagles. Non-starters include number 4, Olivia Marshall, number 10, Harper Timmerman, number 13, Addison Maurer, number 20, Jocelyn Trosper, number 21, Gracie Maurer, number 22, Janiah Johnson, and number 32, Brielle Adams. And again here for your Air Park Door starting lineup. Starting at guard, wearing number 1, Addison Barnes. At the other guard position, wearing number 3, Jacqueline Lynn. At guard, number 14, Elizabeth Bamadelli. At forward, number 23, Griffin Knight. And at the other forward, number 31, Jillian Barr. Again, the head coach here of the Delta Lady Eagles is Miss Tyronda Benning. Folks, sticking around here with us. Again, we'll have tip-off coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Pass to the basket, gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell, right wing, 3 is up, and good. Yes, Camden Bell making it rain, baby. All right, basketball fans, the time has arrived. It is game time here from Delta High School in Muncie, Indiana, Wapahani. And Delta going toe-to-toe here tonight as we get tonight's game officially underway here at 6:04 p.m. here on this Saturday, January the 17th of 2026. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Koger here with a handoff here to Baker up top. Fitzgerald now finds Felton. Outside Cook, dribbles left. Looking for Baker instead. We'll reverse the ball right here. Now another handoff between Fitzgerald and Koger out near half court. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Wapahani 8-7 coming into this evening's ball game. The Eagles of Delta are 13-5. Taylor Felton dribbles near the free throw line. Nothing really available. She's kind of in a little bit of a bind right here and is able to get it to Koger. Attacking the left side of the rim. Works it back out. Felton now dribbles into the paint. Shot is up. No good, but it's fouled on the play. Nicely done right there. You love the aggressiveness. You know, that's one thing I constantly talk about, not only with the girls, but the boys as well. You've got to be aggressive. We've got to go to the rim. So the foul here on number 23, Griffin Knight, her first, team's first. Again, 2 free throws here for Felton. She'll be off the mark here on the first one. Again, tonight's game presented here by Sam Pierce Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. The second of 2 will be up and no good. So Felton comes up empty to begin the ball game. Again, clear your mind, get right back at it here. First defensive possession, Barr on the inside, back out here. Barnes for 3, it will be up and no good. Fitzgerald initially grabbed the rebound, but then lost the possession of it. So rebound and then a turnover. Barnes up top here, that's number 4, Olivia Marshall. Works it back around the horn here. Barnes left side 3 this time. Still no good. Marshall with an offensive rebound. And so right now, Wapahani allowed 3 opportunities, and this time the Eagles will cash in. And now we'll see that full court pressure. And this is where Wapahani got themselves into trouble the first time. So again, we escape without getting the turnover, but then we'll End up turning it over right there. Marshall here on the right side finds Addison Barnes. Marshall dribble. Now Knight swung on to Barnes on the far side wing. Barr underneath, opposite corner, three is going to be up and good. Olivia Marshall will strike from downtown. Again, the biggest key here for the Raiders to again get the ball over right here. We want to find a way to get the ball to the middle. Cook underneath the basket, and I tell you what, in a little bit of a situation right there, she'll end up getting called for a travel. Again, picked up the dribble there along the baseline, and it didn't pan out too well this time for the Raiders on offense. Right side, here's Olivia Marshall up top. Knight to the end or to the corner here to Barr. That three-pointer off the mark. Again, you had three Wapahani players and only one Delta player, and they still end up getting the offensive board. Cross-court opposite side pass. Up and good for three is Griffin Knight. But again, we want to find a way to get the ball to the middle of the floor right here as far as for Wapahani to get it up floor, handling the pressure from the Eagles. 4:45 here in the first quarter. Baker dribbles left, now finds Zoe Koger. Koger now all the way crossing the other side. Felton now dribbles into the paint area. Back out to Koger. Koger now with a handoff to Baker. They're on the far side wing. And she'll draw it all the way out near half court to orchestrate this Raider offense. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor here from Wapahani. So this will be the first charge timeout here of the evening. And it will be a 30-second timeout. So we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Again, a big-time thanks here to Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox. He's your certified athletic trainer, and he's here to get our athletes back in the game and to help them get better, stronger, and faster than ever before. He's in his 19th year as Director of Sports Medicine and 47th year overall in the field. So there's no shortage of experience as Tony has helped high school, college, and professional athletes get back to a high-level performance. For all of your rehab and recovery needs, contact Tony Cox with Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine Performance Enhancement at 765-521-1131 and make your appointment now. So again, following the timeout here from Wapahani, again, they will have four remaining. Delta obviously has all five of theirs. A little over 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Wapahani finds themselves down here by 8. But again, you've got to chip away at it right here. You're not down by much, but you don't want it to get completely out of hand right here. The Raiders will turn it over again. Again, the one thing you can't do, again, you got to make sure we take good care of the basketball. We can't afford to be careless. As Barnes again gets to the rim, forces the foul, or draws the foul rather. And we'll have the foul here on number 12, Zoe Koger. So Koger there with her first. Team's first here of the night. Again, Addison Barnes at the line. As the first one will be off the mark there on the right side of the rim. We'll see Jacqueline Lynn now in for the Eagles. Here for Wapahani will be Bella Richardson and Maddie Grove. The second of two for Barnes will be up, and it will be good. So a 9-0 start for the Eagles. Again, really nobody in the middle. You have to pass the ball cross court like that, and that is going to get ugly quickly. So we'll have an offensive foul here on the Eagles. Number 14, Elizabeth Bamadelli, her first, team's second. Again, first turnover now of the night there for Delta. And now a blocking foul. That will be on number 3, Jacqueline Lynn, her first, team's third. So again, we're just under 4 minutes to go. I'd be looking to, again, continue to be aggressive right here. Go to the rim, see if we can draw a foul, and shoot some free throws here in this quarter. And hopefully put them through. Cook gets into the paint. Works him back out to Koger. Again, we've done a good job of working the ball around the perimeter. Just unfortunately, nothing has been available inside. Of course, obviously, you don't want to force anything and turn it over, but we've just had a really tough time to take good care of the basketball anyway right now. That's already our 6th turnover here in the first, and we haven't even played 5 minutes yet. So the foul, once again, will be here on Koger. That's going to be here now, her second, team second. And a substitution now for the Eagles. Number 10, Harper Timmerman, will check in here for the first time this evening. It'll be Addison Barnes to inbound along the baseline. To the corner here to Timmerman, dribbles inside. She might have got away with a travel right there. Instead, a foul will be called, and this looks to be on Maddie Grove. And indeed it will be, so Maddie will pick up her first, team's third. So 2 shots here for Eagles number 3, Jacqueline Lynn. So we'll have Taylor Felton back in the ball game here for Wapahani, as Koger will now have a seat. Obviously with 2 fouls, you don't want that to further escalate here in this first quarter for sure. Off the mark there on the second one, and Barr ends up coming up with a rebound and then gets the putback and the foul. And so now just like that, Maddie Grove will now pick up her second. Again, she just came in the game, maybe a minute or so ago. So already her second, team's fourth. So Barr at the line here looking to complete the 3-point play, and it will be up and good. So a unfortunate rough start here for the Lady Raiders. Again, you can't get it all back at once, but we've got to help ourselves out by taking better care of the basketball. I mean, we're shooting ourselves in the foot right here, and it's really, really a situation that can be fixed. But again, we've got to be able to take much better care of the basketball, stay focused, and hopefully find our way out of this situation. Felton for 2. The bank is not open this time. Barr there with a rebound, and back on the run are the Eagles the other way. 2:50 to go. Lynn up top to Barnes, swung on Timmerman. Down low to Barr, goes up for 2, no good. But there's number 20, Jocelyn Trosper there with a rebound and a putback. And we'll get a timeout on the floor taken here by Wapahani. This will be their second charge timeout here of the evening. And we'll step aside here for a timeout of our own. It's Delta 14, Wapahani 0 with 2:39 to play here in the first quarter here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, 14-0 lead for the Delta Eagles. Again, here with nearly 2.5 minutes to play in this first quarter here tonight. Again, the Raiders, again, in charge of their second timeout. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure things out here offensively right now. I mean, defensively, we haven't been bad necessarily. It's just our offense is what's hurt our defense right now, because we've been literally on the run constantly. This is our 7th turnover already, and we're just continuing to hurt ourselves. So we'll have a foul again here underneath. This will be on number 22, Taylor Felton. That's her first, team's 5th. So it'll be 2 more shots here for the Eagles, number 3, Jacqueline Lynn. As the first free throw attempt will be up, and it will be good. In comes Addison Denny for Ava Cook. The second of two for Lynn will be up and good as well. And looking to get the ball inside again. Whether, there's just dribbling, penetration to the inside or posting it up underneath there. You can look at Addison Denny, Savannah Fitzgerald. I don't care, but we've got to find a way to get the ball in the post. And Richardson will barely track that one down. Nice hustle there by Bella. Addison Denny there with the handoff. Baker dribbles right. And the shot no good, but she's fouled on the way up. Again, we haven't had too many shots here in this first quarter. So the foul, it will be on number 3, Jacqueline Lynn. That's going to be her second, team's fourth. So again, Baker shooting 2. The first free throw attempt will be up, and it will be good. There we go. Got off the schneid here. So the Eagles will send number 23, Griffin Knight, back out onto the floor. The second of 2 here for Nola Baker will be up and rattles on home. So Baker 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. It's a 16-2 ball game now. Up top, here's Timmerman. Swung on to Barnes here on the near side wing. Timmerman there at the left side elbow. Now into the corner. Dribbles, finds Knight. Reverse pass on here to Barnes. Barnes facing pressure there from Richardson. Again, one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to necessarily, per se, slap at it. Keep the hands up. Flailing hands right there. Trying to be disruptive as much as possible. And darn near created a turnover right there. I love seeing the intensity here from the Raiders defensively. Again, the layup underneath will be good there from Jillian Barr. But again, that's the way that Delta plays. Again, they're looking to get the ball into the post. Yes, they do have some outside shooters, but if you're able to get the ball inside, the defense will tend to collapse a little bit. Double team as we'll turn it over again there. That's the 8th turnover now of the quarter here for the Raiders. But it opens up other avenues. We've seen that here from Delta when they've gotten to the ball, or when we've gotten the ball in the paint area. They've either had look there to the inside or kick it back out for a 3. And it's worked out well for him here so far, as Richardson will tie things up there on the inside. And the possession arrow, the arrow does favor Delta. There's 29 seconds to play here in the first. So Marshall Bamadelli back in here for the Eagles. Barnes inbounds it all the way out here to Knight. Swung on to Barnes here on the far side wing. Again, guarded here by Taylor Felton. The Raiders in a 2-3 zone. Up top to Timmerman. 16 seconds and counting. The shot there from Knight will be up, and it will be good. So again, that mid-range jumper right there in between the wing and the baseline. Phew, Baker treading the baseline right there. And the Raiders won't even get a shot off in time, and that's going to do it here for the first quarter. So it is Delta 20, Wapahani 2 here at the end of 1. Stick around here with us. We'll have quarter number 2 coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back here, folks, with our next Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton game break. That is Delta 20, Wapahani 2 as we head out into the second quarter of action. Greatly appreciate all of you for tuning in here tonight. If you're just joining us here for the very first time, we say welcome to the WHS Network. And I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. As we get after it here for this second quarter, again, Wapahani, no doubt in a little bit of a bind right here, but again, if we can start helping ourselves out, just taking better care of the basketball, and a good look right there. You love that aggressiveness there from Nola Baker. Now we're just going to find a way to be able to finish the shot. It's the shots have been a very few far and in between because we haven't had many looks because of the. Unfortunately, the turnovers have gotten the best of us. So when we do have an opportunity at a shot, we almost have to make it. But we'll have a foul here on the defensive end. This will be on Wapahani's number 21, Ava Cook. That will be her first, team's first of the evening. At least here in the second quarter, that is. Off the mark there on the first one there for Bamadelli. The second of two. Catches in front of the rim and bounces right on in there. So 21-2 right now. Cook right here in the middle. Great job right here by Wapahani getting the ball up the floor. And that's the first shot of the evening there for Savannah Fitzgerald, and cashes in on it. And that's where we've got to live. And hopefully, more times than not, hopefully we can have that result. Right side here, Knight for three, no good. Fitzgerald corralling her second rebound. Of course, that's the only that's the only two rebounds of the ball game. Baker now for three. Oh, that popped in and right back out. That's a tough break right there for Nola. Good shot, and was literally all but down. Knight cross-court pass to Barnes. Back up top here. Timmerman swung on the Knight left side. Gets into the paint area. Now opposite side attack right here as Barnes will step up there for three, and it's up and good. So Barnes continues her nice start to the ball game. Cook here along the sideline as that ball will be deflected out of bounds, and it will stay here with Wapahani. We'll have Taylor Felton return to the floor for the Raiders. Here for Delta, Jillian Barr. A check back in and seeing her first action tonight for the Eagles will be number 13, Addison Maurer. Baker, cross half court, dribbles right, finds Zoe Koger. Koger now on to Felton. Again, we've got to look inside. Got to look inside. And we can't really afford to work it around the perimeter too much. And going side to side, it's not going to help us, and unfortunately turns it over right here. So Barnes will look to push it up floor here for the Eagles. Left side now to Knight. Knight dribbles and throws that one underneath right there. Macy Goodpaster darn near caught that pass. The cheerleader here from Wapahani. Not only can she sing, but hey, she can play basketball too. How about it? And she can cheerlead to go along with it. A young lady of many talents. I bet that she probably didn't think she was going to get recognized here tonight, but we'll give her the recognition she deserves. Ava Cook dribbles right. Oh, man. Good shot right there. Just can't get it to go. Savannah Fitzgerald, though, extended out there just beyond the free throw line. So Savannah now with 4 points. Shot from Barnes, up and good again. Holy Moses. Addison Barnes is absolutely on fire right now for the Eagles. Knocking down her last two rainmakers. And Cook will be fouled, a blocking foul here on the Eagles, number 23, Griffin Knight. That'll be her second, team's first of the quarter. And we will see. I believe that is number 22, Janiyah Johnson, check in here for the first time this evening for the Eagles. Also returning to the floor for Delta, number 20, Jocelyn Trosper, here at the 4:55 mark in this second quarter. Inbounded to Fitzgerald. Looky there. Another bucket. Nice pass. Nice finish. I say it time and time and again. That's why we've got to keep feeding the post. I mean, not only can we have success down there, but I promise it's going to open up other avenues if those opportunities present themselves. And it's just all about us taking advantage. So the foul here on number 25, Savannah Fitzgerald, her first, team's second. It'll be 2 shots here for Trosper. The first one up and good. Trosper here, the second of 2. Will be up. And no good. And that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch there by the Eagles. So 1 of 2 there for Trosper. Again, a little surprised right here by Delta backing off the full court pressure. I mean, I understand, you're up by 20 points, but I am a little surprised. But end up coming away with there with a turnover nonetheless. And that'll be up and good there for 2 more for Addison Barnes. And that's going to force Wapahani to take another timeout. This will be their 3rd charge timeout here of this first half with 4:19 to play. Delta leads 30-8. The Raiders with some work to do. We'll step aside, and we'll be back right after this message from Dr. Kara J. Wolf, EDSPC. Welcome back once again here. Delta with a 30-8 lead. Again, with 4:19 to play here with our next only real estate hometown realtor, Courtney Felton. Game break as we head back out onto the floor. Again, Wapahani in possession of the basketball. We've got Baker, Cook, Koger, Felton, and Fitzgerald on the floor. Koger no good, but Baker there with a backside rebound. Her second rebound here of the night. And threading the needle there on the pass. Unfortunately lands in the hands there of the Eagles. Up for here, Barr. There to the middle. Johnson underneath to Trosper. Up and good there for 2 more. Nice ball movement there by the Eagles. Again, you've got to give credit where credit's due. Good ball movement, great execution, and a great finish there for the Eagles. Baker on to Felton. The double screen here from Cook and Fitzgerald. And Felton looked like she ran into a brick wall. The foul here on number 20, Jocelyn Trosper. That will be her first, team's second of the quarter. So Baker will inbound along the sideline near half court. Inbounded to Koger. Dribbles along the baseline. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Wapahani. Right side 3, no good. Fitzgerald with her 3rd rebound of the first half. Baker up for to Koger, pulling the trigger, and off the front of the rim, no good, but Koger gets her own rebound, and the Raiders will reset. Baker underneath Koger, regathers after the shot, gets her own rebound right there. Cook now dribbles back out with another handoff to Koger. Left side now, and that's going to be a traveling violation. And now we'll get more substitutions for the Eagles. Number 4, Olivia Marshall, will check back in, and seeing her first action of the night will be number 21, Gracie Maurer. And we'll also see Harper Timmerman, number 10 for Delta, return to the floor as well. We got under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. The Raiders down with some work to do, obviously. But again, you can't focus on that. You've got to focus on winning every possession right here. Throughout the rest of this half, see if we can inch a little bit closer. Barr left side onto the corner there to Maurer. No good there on the shot. Fitzgerald with her 4th rebound now of the night. That pass up floor, that's going to be picked off there by Jillian Barr. That pass then intercepted there by Baker. 3rd turnover now for the Eagles, as we'll have a foul along the baseline here on Delta's number 10, Harper Timmerman, her first, team's 3rd of the quarter. So Nola Baker will inbound. Looking for Fitzgerald instead. Opts to send it out near half court to Taylor Felton. Nice screen from Felton. Baker, top the key, nothing available. On now to Felton again. She'll look to dribble left, gets inside the paint. A loose ball. Baker now corrals. The shot is up, and the shot is good. Nola Baker, the mid-range maker right there. 4 points on the night to go along with a pair of rebounds. Again, Johnson there with the rebound again, and then goes right back up with it. So again, the Eagles, 3 opportunities. The 3rd time was the charm this time around for Janiah Johnson. That's her first points here on the night. Left side, Koger dribbles near the middle, looking for somebody. Finally finds Baker here with 1:05 to go. And again, getting a little handsy. So the foul here on Harper Timmerman again, her 2nd, team's 4th. So Griffin Knight and Addison Barnes back in for Delta. And the inbound there by Baker. Cook in possession of the basketball with 1 minute to play here in this first half. Cook dribbles right. And another foul. She was trying to get that ball to Bella Richardson that just came in a moment ago. The foul on number 31, Jillian Barr, her first, team's 5th. So it will be 2 shots here for junior guard number 21, Ava Cook. As the first one will be up and good. Nicely done. Cook there with her first point on the night. Maddie Grove and Taylor Felton back in the ball game. So Richardson will have a seat. Fitzgerald also has a seat. Again, 1 of 2 there from the line there for Cook. We'll still take that. Again, 1's better than none. And again, it's a step in the right direction. Got to find a way to get a stop here. Barnes, left side 3, no good. A loose ball, and it will be deflected out of bounds off of Wapahani, they say, with 39 seconds to play. So Barnes will look to inbound. Out here tonight to the corner. Barnes down low to Barr, guarded by Grove. Was well defended. She just went right back up with it and put it through there for 2. I mean, Grove kept her hand straight up in the air, did as much as she could. Baker, the handoff here to Cook, dribbles it right on to Felton. She'll take the deep 3. No good there on the bank shot. So 10 seconds to go. Barnes on tonight, left side wing, cross-court pass. Marshall back up top, now swung again. Knight underneath the Maurer. Barnes top the key 3, no good. And that will do it here for the first half from Delta High School. So it is the Delta Lady Eagles 36, your Wapahani Lady Raiders 11 here at the break. Make sure to stick around. We'll have our halftime report coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back here, basketball fans. Again, with our next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor, Courtney Felton, game break at the half. Again, it is Delta 36, Wapahani 11 here at the break. Again, next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor, Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor, Courtney Felton, brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. So, first half, obviously, a little frustrating here for the Raiders. No doubt about that. Turnovers, just like I mentioned there in the pregame. I knew that was going to be, the biggest thing to overcome for the Raiders in this ballgame here tonight, and making sure they take good care of the basketball. And first half was not the greatest for them. I'll just, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but I'm not going to sit here and be mean either. It just wasn't a very good first half for us. But, we end up finishing with 14 turnovers. Really, in all honesty, that's what, really you should probably have less than that for an entirety of a ball game. Nonetheless, it is what it is. But that's why there's two halves of basketball. You can fall flat on your face in the first half and come out in the second half and be a brand new team, or you can do great in the first half, and then the second half it looks like you've never played before. It's just, that's basketball for you. That's sports in general for you. That's why you've got to stay focused. You've got to stay locked in and trust the process and keep working hard. These girls, again, I say it time and time again, great group of young ladies, and I think that, got some great athletes out here. And I think they're all smart girls. It's just, some of the things that they've done there in the first half, it just didn't work out for us, and we was just careless, and the Eagles made them pay for it. And, that's how it should be. That's, if you're turning the ball over or giving the ball away in any capacity, as your opponent, you should take full advantage. And that's exactly what the Eagles have done here in this first half. Now, give credit where credit's due, though, is, Wapahani, there in that second quarter, did play much better basketball. They still had their fair share of turnovers, but we started to see them be more aggressively attacking the rim. And, again, I'm not going to sit here and continue to say it, every chance I get, but, we've seen the ball get into the post. Fitzgerald, I think she ended up shooting the ball 3 times, and all 3 times it went through the bottom of the net. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen every time, but we've seen success right there. Nola Baker did the same thing. She had a little mid-range jumper that went through. We're stepping inside the arc if we start doing more of that, getting to the rim and being able to finish, we did leave some points out there. We could very easily right now with some of our missed free throws, we were 3 of 6 from the free throw line. If we hit all 6 of those and then hit, I think we end up having maybe right around 2 or 3 layups that we missed that really, in all honesty, should have went in. You're probably staring at maybe about a 15-point lead right now, I would say. We're close to, and that's assuming that, we take, if we took better care of the basketball, I think this game would be even closer than that. But nonetheless, the cards have been dealt here in this first half. But the second half, a whole new hand comes to play. And hopefully Wapahani can step up to the challenge and get after it here in the second half, take good care of the basketball, keep being aggressive on both ends of the floor, rebounding the ball, and hopefully we can narrow this gap and give ourselves a chance. Again, you never know what can happen, folks. That's why you got to keep the faith and keep on playing. And we'll see what the Raiders can do here in this second half. But to wrap things up here, Savannah Fitzgerald leading the way here in the first half, 6 points and 4 rebounds. Nola Baker with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Ava Cook, 1 point. And then Zoe Koger there with 2 rebounds there for the grand total of 11 first half points here for your Wapahani Raiders. So please stick around. The second half just about to begin here in about a minute. And we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, fans, again, welcome back as we begin the second half of play again here from Delta High School in this 2026 Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament Championship game. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time this evening, welcome to the WHS Network. We appreciate your support of us and our awesome student athletes out here on the floor for both Wapahani and Delta. And sure do appreciate you guys for spending your Saturday night here with us. But again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. And this is our, I think right around our 16th, I believe, 16th Delaware County tournament. So we've been around the block a few times. As Koger will turn that one over there for the first turnover here of the second half here for Wapahani. That pass deflected out of bounds by Ava Cook. So possession will stay with the Delta Eagles. Again, a long way to go in this one here, folks. Still got roughly about another 15 and a half minutes to play. And Wapahani's got to put their very best 15 and a half minutes on the floor here tonight in the second half. Barnes for 3, in and out, no good. Nobody there on the backside to rebound it, though, except for Olivia Marshall. And again, nobody even got a body on anybody right there. There's a turnover. And then Knight up and good for 2. And so again, right out of the gate right here, Delta picks right back up with that full court press. And the Raiders unable to handle it. Here's Wapahani will take their 4th charge timeout here of the evening. Delta 40, Wapahani 11. We'll be back right after this message.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, folks, again, welcome back here from the timeout. Again, Wapahani with one timeout remaining. Delta still has all 5 of theirs. And right out of the gate, out of the timeout right there, again, Baker had the opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't get that one to go this time around. Griffin Knight, cross-court pass to Marshall. They're on the opposite side. Up top now to Barnes. Swung on tonight once again here on the near side wing. Barnes inside the bar. That one will be up and it will be good. And again, you know, we've got to run some sort of inbound play right there to get each other open. You know, and I'm sure head coach Scott Hudson is yelling out the play to these girls. I'm not sure if they're necessarily running it. But, you know, there's got to be some sort of designed inbound play instead of essentially just kind of running around and hope it works out. You know, we've got to get the ball inbound and, again, find a way to get the ball to the middle of the floor. That ball post feed down low there to Barr. Now Barnes kicks it back out to her. The 3 on the way. Off to the right, no good. Taylor Felton there with the rebound, her first of the night. And got to be in attack mode. Nice job there by Baker. I mean, you know, again, the right idea. Did it work out? No, not necessarily, but you know, again, more times than not, you know, if you continue to actively and aggressively go to the rim, you know, hopefully, ideally anyway, those shots really start to fall for us. And we can get right back into this ball game. Off the mark there, rebounded there by Maddie Grove, her first of the night. Baker dribbles up the left side of the floor. And now we'll kind of slow things up here a little bit and reset us on offense. 5:07 to play here in the third. Cook dribbles left, kicks it out to Felton. She'll get inside the paint, and that shot will be blocked. She took a nasty spill right there. Hopefully Taylor's all right. Up floor here, Marshall for 3, and that will be cast in from downtown. There's just nobody to inbound the ball to. You know, I mean, Baker's trying to do everything she can, but when there's nobody to get the ball to, it makes things tough. And a timeout from Wapahani, and that will be our final timeout here of the evening with 4:27 to go. 48-11, Delta leads it here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSA.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, folks, again, welcome back. Again, following the timeout right there. Again, Wapahani with no timeouts remaining throughout the rest of this ball game here tonight. So we've got a good ways to go and no way to stop the time or the momentum here of the Eagles until we start, really gathering ourselves And as far as what we're able to do, come together here as a collective unit and say, kind of enough is enough. We've got to start playing some good ball. So the shot will be not counted. The foul before the shot, it's going to be on number 24, Nola Baker. It'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. And it will be a running clock right there. They stopped it, so that's the reason why I stopped the clock on our screen. But again, it is a running clock situation right here, obviously with the Raiders down by 37. Once you reach that 35-point plateau, it is running clock the rest of the way. Nice defense there from Fitzgerald, rebounded by Baker. Her third rebound here of the night. Underneath, Savannah off balance and will get a foul. The foul will be on the floor, so no shot. Foul's on number 31, Jillian Barr, her second. Team's first of the quarter. Again, we do want to express our appreciation for our officials here this evening. We didn't mention it quite yet, but appreciate our officials. Again, without them, we're not able to play this beautiful game of basketball, so appreciate them for being here tonight. Obviously, they've done an outstanding job. Not that they need my seal of approval, but just an excellent job, and we sure do appreciate them. As Addison Barnes will knock that one home from the left side wing. Cook here with a handoff to Baker out near half court. On to Richardson. Richardson dribbles here to the top. Looking for Savannah Fitzgerald, but ends up in the hands there of Jillian Barr. And there's Bambadelli up and good for two. I think it's fair to say that this ball game has unfortunately gotten out of hand. And there's Barnes up and good for two more. And Baker looks to be all right. She's smiling right there. Again, she took a little bit of a spill right there. I think that she was kind of looking at it because, and basically in a way of, thought there, there was, might have been sweat or some sort of, water, whatever the case might be, that was on the floor, taken away right there by Cook. And looks like Savannah Fitzgerald might be down. And I don't know if, I know she got hurt the other night, her wrist. And she looked like she might have been grabbing at that again. Hopefully she's all right. Obviously you never want to see anybody get hurt. And so she'll hopefully shake that off and be ready to go again, hopefully. Again, we did end up having the result of a jump ball that ended up favoring Wapahani. That pass deflected out of bounds. And again, I ended up stopping the clock because of the injury. And so I was a little bit behind, but now we're all caught right back up again. Denny there setting up there for the screen. Koger decides to go opposite side. Now Baker from the free throw line up and no good. But the rebound right there. And Trosper there from the right side block up and good for two more. As the Eagles just keep on pouring it on here in this third quarter. Nice screen there from Denny. Koger got the shot blocked. Right back at it, though. And looking for Baker. Whew, treading that half-court line. And that will be a turnover. Nice hustle there from Addison Denny. And returning to the floor here for the Raiders, that'll be number 21, Ava Cook. As Maddie Grove will have a seat. Productive minutes right there from Maddie. Timmerman for three. No good. And that will do it here for the third quarter of play. So at the end of 3, it is Delta 57, Wapahani 11. Stick around here for the fourth quarter. Coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back again here with our next only hometown editor, Courtney Felton game break. As we enter the fourth quarter of action, Wapahani down here by a little bit, you could say. Obviously, some work to do. It will be Wapahani basketball to enter the fourth quarter. Again, the score is what it is at this point. Again, make sure this is your very best quarter right here. Start to finish. So we'll have a foul here on Delta's number 20, Jocelyn Trosper. That will be her second, team's first here of the quarter. Baker then gets that pass deflected, and then it's going to be out of bounds off of the Eagles. And very tight corners down there. Inbound to Koger, the three on the way, no good. Felton will corral the backside rebound. Cook takes it in. A list of traffic out there, I'll tell you that. And Wapahani finally finds their way out to the perimeter. Felton from way downtown, in and out, no good. And Denny will get called for the foul. So Addison will pick up her first, team's first here of the quarter. Here as number 3, Jacqueline Lynn brings it up floor for the Eagles. Again, Brielle Adams in the ball game here as well. Want to make sure and mention that. And she came in there during the break as we'll have a jump ball. It will stay right here with the Eagles with 6:20 and counting. Lynn on here to the right side. It's number 32, Adams. Johnson underneath. And we're going to have another jump ball. And again, it's going to result in a possession arrow favoring Wapahani this time around. Again, the girls here for Delta are well on their way to a three-peat. They won in 2024, 2025, and now, again, barring a complete and utter collapse, we'll win this one here tonight, again, for a three-peat there for the Eagles. Again, before that, Wapahani won 2 in a row under head coach Scott Hudson. As we'll have another jump ball. Again, it will favor Delta this time around. Number 13, Addison Maurer, will now check in for the Eagles. Again, this Delta team, they're a tough team, tough group, very disciplined. A lot of veteran leadership. They're definitely going in the right direction once again this year. Wapahani, again, talented. They're young. They've got to learn. This is their first time. At least for pretty much 3 of these girls. With 3 freshmen in the starting lineup, that's their first chance. At feeling, what type of atmosphere this really is like here at the varsity level. So learn from it, get better, and, hopefully we'll get back there again here within these next, 4 years. I think that we'll definitely have a great opportunity right here. We have a good young core. Again, we'll have juniors coming back next year. That will be seniors. We've got to keep working. Obviously there's some regular season still left to play. So this, it's not like this is the end of the road, but it's a great learning mechanism right here. As the foul will be on number 22, Janiah Johnson, her first, team second. So again, it will be 2 free throws. We'll stop the clock right here. It's 4:06 remaining off the mark there on the first one. But again, this I really believe this can be a great learning mechanism for the rest of this regular season right here and heading into postseason play. Got to find a way to keep getting better every single day. As Cook will cash in there on the free throw. Gives her 2 points here on the night. Adams up top here to Maurer. The 3 is on the way. No good, and we're going to have a foul on the floor, and this will be on Delton's number 21, Jocelyn Trosper. I think I meant to say number 20, Jocelyn Trosper. I can't remember if I said 20 or 21. Nonetheless, Trosper there picks up her third, team's third here of the quarter. And the 3 up and good. So Nola Baker there with the rainmaker. Gives her 7 points, go along with 4 rebounds here on the evening. And a blocking foul here on Raiders number 22, Taylor Felton, her second, team second. And checking in here for Wapahani, it's going to be number 2, Maya Mitchell, and number 31, Arian Williams. Also now in here will be number 45, J.C. Sexton, and Bella Richardson. So Koger and Grove again out of the ball game. This will be their final time playing in the Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament. This will be the first time there for Maddie Grove, but here for Zoe. What an outstanding career she's had, and been a great asset to this team. And Maddie, again with her, with this being her first year playing, in all honesty, really what a true asset she's been as well. A nice post presence coming off the bench. She's been in the starting lineup throughout the course of the season here as well, but a great young lady, and has really done some truly fabulous things on the basketball court here as well. Again, especially, considering, again, this is her first year playing, very athletic, so, she just kind of falls right into line right there, and really done an outstanding job. Of course, Zoe, multi-sport athlete, and she'll be playing softball there in the springtime. Not sure about Maddie. I think she might be in track and field, but as of right now, again, still staying locked in, focused here on this basketball season, what's left of it here of the regular season. And we'll have another jump ball. And again, it will favor the Eagles. Again, Wapahani back at it next week. Again, we've got about roughly about 2 weeks or so left. Week and a half, 2 weeks left of this regular season, and then on to postseason play. And again, sectionals will be held at Wapahani. There's a foul be here on number 23, Bella Richardson, her first, team's third. So mass substitutions. Here's Knight, Barnes, Marshall, Barr, and Bamadelli back on the floor. Again, here with her starting lineup again. So again, congratulations there to the Eagles. Again, you got to give credit again where credit's due. Great team over there, and well-deserved win. Wapahani will again continue to get after it as this game is over. Final score, Delta 57, Wapahani 15. That is now a three-peat, as the Delta Eagles are your 2026 Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament champions, again for the third consecutive year here tonight. So again, make sure to stick around here, folks. We'll have our Raiders Live post-game show coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process. They were friendly and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
Jackson digs it out. Hunsinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Carroll for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. Folks, welcome back here with our Raiders Live postgame show, again presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. We got a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network as the Delta Lady Eagles defeat your Wapahani Lady Raiders here in tonight's 2026 Delaware County Girls Basketball Tournament Championship game, 57-15. Again, you know, like I had mentioned throughout the ball game, like I mentioned there in our pregame show, again, it was going to be very, very important for Wapahani to take good care of the basketball to give ourselves a chance to win tonight. Unfortunately, it just did not pan out that way. You know, yet again, you know, you got to give a lot of respect there to the Delta Eagles. You know, the way they play, especially defensively, very tough to overcome, you know, for any team for that matter, but especially a young team that, you know, again, you know, we've had our fair share of you know, trials, but also our fair share of triumphs as well. You know, we're 8-8 now on the season. You know, we're still learning. You know, I think that everybody should always continue to learn. I don't think you could ever stop learning, because if you have, then you're, you know, it's just being complacent. You know, these girls have just got to keep working, got to keep learning, getting after it, and get better, and they will. You know, I mean, it's not, you know, this like isn't like a finished product, if you will. You know, these girls are continuing to work hard every day in practice. You know, they don't want to come out here and, you know, play poorly. You know, they don't want to come out here and play to where they're not meeting their fullest potential. You know, it just didn't work out tonight. You know, things happen. But again, you know, it's all about, you know, learning from your, you know, from anything, you know, whether it be, you know, mistakes you might make or even good things you do, you know, how you can learn from that and continue to apply it to every ball game. You know, so there's good things and bad things I think that Wapahani can take away from this. You know, we kept playing, kept fighting. You know, these girls played their tails off. Again, it just wasn't the result that they was looking for here tonight. You know, sometimes that's going to happen, but it doesn't mean that we're a bad team. You know, it doesn't mean, you know, we're going to go on some big, long losing streak. You know, but from Wapahani's standpoint, they're, you know, right here, right now, you've got to stay focused. You know, you still have some of your, you know, the rest of your regular season to play. You know, so this isn't the, you know, the end of the road here for us. You know, we have more games to play, and not to mention the fact, you know, we have postseason to play. You know, and every team has, you know, championship aspirations of winning states every year. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not, you know, saying, oh, well, you know, now we're going to win the state finals. Yes, obviously, hopefully we do. But, you know, it's just a one step at a time, and you've got to find a way to get better. And these girls, I think, will keep trying to do that. You know, they're gonna continue to work after it every single day to get better, not only individually, but more importantly together as a team. And we'll, you know, see how things then work out starting up next week. The Raiders will be back on the road. Our next game will be on January the 21st. So that's what, Wednesday, I believe it is. And we'll be at Monroe Central, so a big-time conference game. You know, obviously every game's important, but especially, you know, you want to take care of business with conference games. And so Wapahani will definitely have their hands full on that one as well. You know, but have, you know, a good couple days of practice there on Monday and Tuesday. And, you know, and regroup, refocus, and be ready to play come Wednesday night. You know, that's all you can do. You know, you can't worry about what happened here tonight now. You know, tonight's in the past. it is what it is, and work to get better. That's all I'm gonna say right there. But we have a great group of young ladies here that I know that has the drive and the passion to win and to do good. Like I said, it didn't work out tonight, but it doesn't mean that it can't work out any other night. It just didn't tonight. The final line score here for the Raiders individually, point totals here. Nola Baker led the way with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Savannah Fitzgerald, 6 points and 5 rebounds. Ava Cook with 2 points. And then we have Zoe Koger as well as Taylor Felton and Maddie Grove, all with 2 rebounds each there for the grand total. 15 points scored here tonight for Wapahani. Again, we'll be back at it on Wednesday night on the road at Monroe Central. We will not be broadcasting that game. Probably coming up right here, we'll talk a little bit more about upcoming, broadcast and, potential, some changes going on here, within the next, possibly week to a month from now. Again, I'll save that for another time. But we're expecting a great boys game here tonight. So we hope you guys tune in there for that. Again, that'll be on a separate link on our YouTube channel here and on the IHSAA Champions Network. We'll have all the coverage here for tonight's boys county championship ball game, again between Wapahani and Delta. So we hope you guys tune in there for that. Should be a great one. Mark Detweiler, the head coach here for the Delta Eagles. Again, Jeff Andrews here in his first county tournament at the tutelage of Wapahani. Should be a great one, and we hope you guys are able to check it out as Delta, again, the three-peat here tonight with 3 consecutive county championship victories. Good luck to the Delta Eagles, the rest of their regular season and postseason play. And again, the girls will get back at it on Wednesday night. So, folks, we thank you all for tuning in here for tonight's game. Again, we'll be back at it here in probably about 20 minutes or so from now, hopefully, for tonight's boys basketball coverage. Until then, I'm Brandon Moore-Villius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.